Good morning, children. So, in today's class, we are going to begin from the same exercise 4.3, question number 2. So, we have done till question number 1, there was the graph. Now, today, from 4.3, question number 2, give the equations of two lines passing through 2, 14. How many more such lines are there and why? Now, you want to write the equations of two lines. So they have not told you to draw the graph. You are just to write the equation. So how many? Two. So every linear equation produces a straight line. So now you are to write two lines. So for your understanding, I am giving you 5 lines. It is given 2 lines. I have given 5 lines. Now, you are to write the equations. So, where 2, 4 will be the solution. So, now let us take, say you take equations of 5 lines, equations of 5 lines, 5 lines passing through 2, 14R. Now it is very simple. You can take the equations on your own. This will be x, this will be y. Because if you draw it graphically you draw it, supposing this is 2, 14, say this is 2, 14, say you have got the lines in this way. So many lines will be coming, in this way so many lines will be coming, and this will be 2, 14. So this will be the common solution for all the equations. Every equation will produce a straight line. So that is why they are called the linear equations. Now you are going to write the linear equations passing through 2, 14. So now here say number 1, let me take simple one, x plus y. So x is 2, y is 14. So x plus y equals to, just to calculate, x will be 2, y is 14. So 2 plus 14, so it is 2 plus 14, you have got 16. So it will be directly 16. You will write this way. So the calculation you can do this way, but direct answer is this. Say number 2, you can take your own, or say y minus x. So y minus x, supposing. So y is 14. So here y minus x. So x, y, this is y. So y is 14 minus x. X is 2. So you will get 12. Say 3. Supposing it is twice x plus y. Supposing. So your x will be 2, y is 14. Calculate it. So twice x plus y equals to 2 into x. X is 2 plus, so 2 into 2. So here x is 2 plus y is 40. So y is 40. So you got 2 into 2, 4 plus 40. So you got 18. So here this is 18. Number 4, say you can write y minus 3x. Anything you write. So y minus 3x. You can bring y or x in the beginning. Doesn't matter. So y minus 3x. So here x, y. So y minus 3x equals to y. So y is 14. So x, y. So y is 14 minus 3 into. So 3 into x. X is 2. So you will get 14 minus 6. You will get 8. So this will be 8. You have got 4. So you need one more. Number 5. Say it is twice x minus 3y. Supposing. So twice x. So x will be 2. Y is 14. So now twice x minus 3y. So 2 into x. X is 2 minus 3 into y is 14. So equals to 4 minus 14, 3 is 42. You got minus 38. So you got minus 38. So these are the 5 equations of the straight lines. They have said straight lines because they are all the linear equations. The degree is 1. If the power of the variables of the equation is 1, here x is 1, y is 1, x is 1, y is 1. All these you will get the powers 1 of the variables. So these are called the linear equations, and every linear equation will produce a straight line. So that is why they have said equations of 5 lines. So these are the 5 equations. Corresponding to these 5 equations, you will get 5 straight lines, and you just draw it graphically. You can see, but they have not told you to draw the graph. So if you draw the graph, you will see that there will be infinite points for all the equations. But the common solution of all these equations will be 2, 40. So that is why you are just to calculate this x and y. This form you take your own. So you calculate according to this, and then you will get the result, and that result you will write on the right side. So you have got the equations of 5 lines. In your book, they have told you to write 2 lines. I have given 5 lines. Now the next part, how many more such lines are there? So now, as you have seen, you have taken 5, you can take 6, 7, 8, 9, it will go on infinite. You will get infinite equations. Corresponding to those equations, you will get infinite lines. So that is why now, how many more such lines are there? So there are many more lines we can draw. Why? Because infinite number of lines can pass through the point 2, 40. Let us come to question number 3. If the point 3, 4 lies on the graph of the equation 3y equals to ax plus 7. Find the value of a. So you want to find this value of a. Now, if the point 3, 4 lies on the graph of the equation 3y equals to ax plus 7, find the value of a. So you want to find this value. Now, supposing you are drawing this, supposing this is your Cartesian plane. So it is x, say x dash, y dash, so origin. Now say, supposing this is your equation. So from this equation, just by plotting 3 points, you have got one straight line. Supposing you have got one straight line. Say you got this line just by plotting 3 or 2 points from this equation. Now from those, now there are infinite points. Actually, there are infinite points are there. Infinite points will be there, but you will just take 3 or 2 points, and then you join these points. You will get the straight line. So that straight line is the required graph of this equation. Now there, one point is 3, 4. Say you take this point. 3, 4. So here, if the point 3, 4 lies in the graph of this equation, so from this equation you have got this graph, and there 3, 4 is the point. Now, if this point lies on this graph, then in that case, this point will be the solution of this equation. So, as the point 3, 4 lies on this graph, that is why 3, 4 becomes the solution of this equation, which means x is 3, y is 4. X will be 3, y is 4. But say you take, supposing I have given 1, 8. Supposing, so it is 1, 8. Now, this point lies here. 1 comma 8. Now since this point does not lie on this graph, on this line, this point cannot be the solution of this equation. So in that case, you can take x as 1 or y as 8 because this is not the solution. So any point that will lie on the graph, only that point becomes the solution of that equation. So now since 3 comma 4 lies on this graph, so 3 comma 4 becomes the solution of this equation. X will be 3, y is 4. Then you simplify, you will get value of a. Since 3 comma 4 lies on the graph of the equation 3y equals to ax plus 7. Therefore 3 comma 4 is the solution of the given equation. So the equation is this. So 3y is equal to ax plus 7. So this implies 3 into y. So now this is the solution. So that means x will be 3, y is 4. So here y is 4. So here y is 4 equals to a into x is 3. So 3a plus 7. Since x is 3, y is 4. So this gives, so it will be 12 is equal to 3a plus 7. So now 12 minus 7 is equal to 3a. So this will be 5 is equal to 3a. So here a is 5 by 3. So this is your required answer. So the value of a is 5 by 3. So any point that will lie on the graph, that point will be the solution of that given equation, which means x will be 3, y is 4, and then you are going to put that value of x and y in that given equation. Simplify, you will get maybe sometimes a, maybe sometimes they may give k or m or n. Now you take your book, exercise 4.3, question number 4. It is a very lengthy equation, so I will just tell you the facts. So question number 4, exercise 4.3. It is given that taxi fare in a city is as follows. For the first kilometer, the fare is ₹8, and for the subsequent distance, it is ₹5 per kilometer. Taking the distance covered as the x kilometer and the total fare as ₹y, write a linear equation into variables for this information and then draw the graph. Now, here they have given that the total fare, here the things they have given, this is number 4. So the total fare is given ₹y, then total distance it is x kilometer, so it is given. Then they have given fare for the first kilometer, that means the first 1 kilometer. 1 kilometer is called the first kilometer, so is given ₹8. Then for the subsequent distance means the remaining distance. So therefore remaining distance equals to, so now how much it will be? Let us play this line. Supposing this is total x kilometer, this one is x kilometer. Now for the first 1 kilometer, this one is 1 kilometer. Supposing this one is first 1 kilometer, here the rupees is 8, rupees 8. Now this will be the subsequent distance, that is the remaining distance left, this one. So now how to get, after covering this first kilometer remaining distance, so the total distance to be covered is x kilometer, 1 kilometer is covered, so the remaining distance will be x minus 1. So from the total minus 1, 1 kilometer is covered, so it is x minus 1 kilometer minus 1. Now remaining distance will be x, because the total distance is given as x kilometer and the total fare is given rupees 1. So now it will be x minus 1 kilometer. Now the rate of fare, so for the first kilometer, 1 kilometer, that is rupees 8. So this is the 1 kilometer, rupees 8. Now this is the subsequent distance, that is the remaining distance covered, x minus 1 kilometer. Now the rate is rate of fare, that is rupees 5 per kilometer. Rupees 5 per kilometer. That means every 1 kilometer it will be rupees 5. So for covering x minus 1, therefore x minus 1 kilometer, it will be more. So it will be rupees 5 into x minus 1. This will be the total fare for covering x minus 1 kilometer. First kilometer 8 rupees, remaining distance x minus 1 kilometer. So the rate of fare of this x minus 1 kilometer is rupees 5 per kilometer. So 1 kilometer rupees 5. So for covering x minus 1 kilometer, so the fare will be more, multiplied. So this 5 into x minus 1. So this will be now, this will be rupees 5 into x minus 1. So this is x minus 1 kilometer. So now here the adding these two, adding rupees 8 plus this, you will get a total fare. So the total fare is given rupees 1. So you will get the equation, and from there you are going to draw the graph. So the total fare is given y rupees, total distance x kilometer, fare for the first kilometer rupees 8. So after covering 1 kilometer remaining distance, that is the subsequent distance, it is x minus 1 kilometer. So now rate of fare for x minus 1 kilometer. So to cover this x minus 1 kilometer, what is the rate? How they are going to charge per kilometer? It is given as rupees 5 per kilometer. So every 1 kilometer, that will be rupees 5. So for covering x minus 1 kilometer, the fare will be more. So therefore fare for covering x minus 1 kilometer. So for covering this, because 1 kilometer is covered for that 8 rupees. So after covering this 1 kilometer, remaining distance left is x minus 1 kilometer. Now how they are going to charge this fare? Every 1 kilometer rupees 5. So for covering x minus 1 kilometer, the fare will be more. So it will be rupees 5 into x minus 1 according to the question. So now the total fare is rupees y. So it is the total fare. Total fare equals to first kilometer fare is 8 rupees plus remaining distance x minus 1 kilometer fare. Fare for covering x minus 1 kilometer, it is rupees this. So it will be 5 into x minus 1. So this implies y equals to 8 plus 5x plus into minus 5 into 1, 5. So this implies y equals to 5x. So it will be plus 3. So this gives y minus 5x minus 3 equals to 0. Bringing these two terms, this is a linear equation in two variables into variables into variables. Very simple. Now from this you are going to draw the graph. I will be not drawing the graph. I will be just showing you the points and then you will draw the graph according to your own. So now this is the equation. So here y equals to 5x plus 3. 5x plus 3. So now you can take, first you will take the value of x and then you will simplify, you will get the corresponding value of y. So you can take x any kind of integers, maybe 0, plus 1, minus 1, plus 2, minus 2, anything, etc. So if, say, x is 0, so supposing x is 0, then y equals to 5 into x you do 0, so you do 0, so 0 plus 3 equals to 5 zeros are 0 plus 3, you got 3. Supposing x is, say, 1, x is 1, y is, so 5 into 1, because x value you took as 1, plus 3, so plus 3, you got 5 plus 3 is equal to 8. Then if, say, x is minus 1, minus you do, suppose, so y equals to 5 into minus 1, so here x is minus 1, so minus 1 plus 3, so plus 3. So now plus into minus, it will be minus 5 into 1, 5 plus 3 equals to minus 2. So you need only maximum 3 points. So you have got 1, 2, 3. So now you are going to make this table. So here the table for your graph. So you have made the table. So this will be x, this will be y. X is 0. Corresponding value of y is 3. Y is 3. X is 1. Then y is 8. X is minus 1. Y is minus 2. So by plotting these points, draw the graph, you will get the required graph from this equation. Now, question number 5. Here they have given two figures and they have given the 4 choices. So they have given 4.6, 4.7. I will be just showing you 4.6. So the same thing you will be doing in 4.7. So now here they have given one figure and from there they have given 3 solutions. So you will take your book and see. That is 5 figure number 4.6. So it's 5, then figure 4.6. So here I will be taking just the solutions. That means they have given 4 different equations for 4.6, 4.7 separate. You are to make that right choice. Which equation will means best suit these solutions. So they have given here 0, 0, 1, minus 1, minus 1, 1. So they have given these 3 solutions. What you will do is you are going to put it on the left side. So the left hand side equals to right hand side. If it satisfies that LHS equals to RHS, then these points will be the solution of that particular equation. So there will be only a single equation. You have to choose that. Let us take the points. Say like minus 1, 1. It is 0, 0 and 1, minus 1. equations given are x, so it is given y equals to x. Number 2, x plus y equals to 0. Number 3, it is y equals to twice x. Number 4, it is twice plus 3y equals to 7x. Let us see figure number 6. Question number 5, figure number 6. So they have given these 3 points in the graph. Now you are to choose which equation will best shoot these 3 points. That means if you draw the graph, these 3 points should come on that graph. So now let us see. This is x, this is y. So it is x, y, it is x, y, it is x, y. Let us take the LHS. So for this, left hand side, so it is y. Y is 1. So you got y as 1. From this point, let us take this point. Y is 1. X is right hand side, right hand side. So x is minus 1. So they are not same because here they have given y equals to x. Are these two same? X equals to y. Are these two same? They are not same. So this one is rejected because 1 cannot be equal to minus 1. The result has to be same because here they have given equal but they are not equal. So this do not satisfy. Let us take this one. Then finally we will come to this. So here left hand side is y. So here y is say 1. Right hand side you take, it is twice x. So it will be 2 into x. X is minus 1. So you take minus 1. So you got how much? Minus 2. So here y is the left hand side you got 1. Right hand side you took twice x. So by putting in place of x minus 1, this is x, this is y, you got minus 2. Are these two same? Y equals to twice x. Are these two values same? No. So also these two are not. So this also cannot come. Then you take left hand side again for this. So now 2 plus 3y equals to 2 plus 3 into y. So here y is 1, x, y. So here y is 1 equals to, so 2 plus 3 is equal to 5. Then you take RHS. So it is 7x. 7x. So 7 into x is minus 1. So it is minus 1. You will have got minus 7. Now did you get these two values same? So you did not get these two values same. That means left hand side not equal to the right hand side. So this also cannot come. Let us come to this. X is minus 1. So minus 1 plus y is 1. Left hand side. Minus 1 plus 1. You got 0. 0 equals to 0. Left hand side equals to right hand side. X is 0. So you take LHS. 0 plus y is 0. So 0 plus 0, you have got 0 equals. That means left hand side equals to right hand side. Next you take x, 1. Y is minus 1. So you take x plus y, left hand side. So here x is 1 plus y is what? Minus 1. So it will be 1 minus 1. We have got 0. So equals to 0 equals to right hand side. So only these equations satisfy these points. So like that you will do figure 4.7. You will take a point and you see if the left hand side equals to the right hand side. All these points you will see, not only a single point. You will take all the points and see if every point satisfy this equation, which means left hand side equals to right hand side. Then these points becomes the solution of that equation. That is why option 2 is right, and 1, 3 and 4 do not satisfy these points. 4.3. 4.3. Question number 6. So here the questions are very lengthy, so I will be just giving you the main points, and then the same thing here, you are to frame the equations, and from there you are going to draw the graph. So here the first one equation. So before that, let me tell you, in class 8 you have got this symbol. So this symbol is variation. So variation symbol. Variation symbol. Suppose I told x varies directly as y. So this is the symbol of variation. So then x varies inverse of y. Inverse will be 1 by y. You have got in class 8. So this is the symbol of variation. Proportional. That means directly proportional. This is directly, this is inversely. 1 by y means inversely. Now here the main point is given, the work done by a body. Work done by a body. You will have to take a book. Work done by a body on application of a constant force. Constant force is directly proportional to the distance traveled. Distance traveled by the body. And here the constant force, taking the constant force as 5 units. So here constant force is given as 5 units. So you are to frame the equation, and then you are to draw the graph of this thing. Now here it is given that work done by a body on means application of a constant force is directly proportional to the distance traveled by the body. So now here relation is formed between the work done by the body. The work done by the body is directly proportional. So the work done is directly proportional to the distance traveled by the body. So now equation you are going to make between the work done and the distance traveled by the body. So here work done you take as x, and the distance traveled you take as y. Now they say that work done by the body is directly proportional. So the work done is directly proportional to the distance traveled by the body. On means application of a constant force. So this constant force will come afterwards. So the work done by the body is directly proportional to the distance traveled. Let amount of work done by a body. So amount of work done by a body. So you take as x. So the amount of work done is directly proportional to the distance traveled by the body. So the work done is got relation with the distance traveled. So let distance traveled by the body equals to say y. Now according to the question, so work done by a body is directly proportional to the distance traveled by the body. So now here work done is x. It is directly proportional to the distance traveled. So the distance traveled is y. work done is taken as x, so the work done is directly proportional. This is the symbol of directly proportional, symbol directly proportional to the distance traveled. So the distance travel is taken as y. So now this symbol, I don't think so you will have doubt, because this is the concept you have got from chapter number in class 8 from the variation chapter. So now therefore x equals to, now the second line is equals to ky. So from this it comes this way. So here k is what? K is constant. K is constant force. So constant force. And they have given that the constant force, taking the constant force as 5 units. So the constant force is k. So whenever you take the variation symbol and the next line you will take one constant. Supposing it is m is proportional to n. Supposing, so the next line will be, so m equals to kn, and this k is what? K is the constant. So in the same way, the amount of work done is directly proportional to the distance traveled. So the amount of work done is taken as x. Amount of work done. So it is x. Directly proportional, symbolically, to the distance traveled by the body. Distance travel is y. So from this you will get the next line in equation where you will take one constant. So here k is constant, and this concept you got in class 8. Now here the constant force is given as 5 units. So this gives x equals to 5y since k equals to 5. So this is the linear equation into variables. So now from this you will draw the graph. So here x equals to 5y. We will take maximum 3 points. So here it is x, so it is y. So here y value you will take first, because here y is independent variable. On taking y you will get x. So that is why here y is the independent variable, x is the dependent variable, because x depends on y but y does not depend on x. So now first you will take y. If y is say 0, any value, if y is 0, 5 into 0, 0, x will be 0, so it will be 0. Supposing y is 1, y is 1, 5 into 1, 5 into 1, 5, so x will be 5, x will be 5. Supposing y is minus 1, or you take 2 minus 2, so y is minus 1, so 5 into minus 1, it will be minus 5, so x you will get minus 5. Then you draw the graph, you will get the required graph of this equation. Today we will be doing the last question. So it is very simple. Question number 7 from your textbook. That is exercise 4.3. Exercise 4.3. Question number 7. So it is 7. So here also you are going to make the equations and then you are going to draw the graph. So here question number 7. So it is given that Yamini and Fatima, 2 students of class 9 of a school, together contributed ₹100 towards the Prime Minister's Relief Fund to help the earthquake victims. So write a linear equation of the above information and then draw the graph. So now here from this information you are going to make the equation and then you are going to draw the graph of that equation. So here they have given 2 students of class 9. So they have contributed together rupees 100 towards the Prime Minister's Relief Fund. So now from this information, you are going to make one equation where Yamini and Fatima together they have donated rupees 100. So you will take Yamini's contribution say rupees X, Fatima's contribution rupees Y. Together they have donated how much? 100 rupees. So according to the question, X plus Y equals to 100. Let me tell you again. So two students of class 9 of the school, so they have contributed rupees 100 towards the Prime Minister's Relief Fund. Now, based on this information, you are to frame one equation, and after that, you are going to draw the graph. So now, so their total contribution is rupees 100. So you take their contribution as X and Y. Let Yamini's contribution. Let Yamini's contribution be rupees X and Fatima's contribution be rupees Y according to the question. So two students were Yamini and Fatima. So they have together contributed rupees 100. So adding their total donation, individual donations, if you add these two donations, you will get 100 rupees. So it will be X plus Y equals to 100. Now this is the linear equation into variables. Now from this you are going to draw the graph. So this gives X equals to 100 minus Y. Now here the number is bigger. So here they have given 100. So in this case, you will be taking 3 points. So it is X, Y. Supposing as this number is bigger number, so you don't take like the numbers like 1, 2, 3 as we take normally. So that time you don't take. Why? Because supposing you took Y as 1, say you took Y as 1, how much will be X? 100 minus 1, 99. Say you took Y as 2, so 100 minus 2, it will be 98. So you see, by seeing these numbers, on means you will see one side you will get the numbers will be very small, and on the x-axis you will see that the numbers will be bigger. So you will not get the space, enough space will not be there. So that is why we will not take this kind of numbers. So if the number is bigger, by seeing this number, you can take numbers like say 55, 45, 60, 65, 70, 75. In this way, so you take. Let us take say, supposing y is 40. Say y is 40. So if y is 40, then supposing y is 40. How much will be x? Then x equals to 100 minus 40. You will get 60. So x is 60. If say y is say, supposing you took 50. If y is 50, then x equals to 100. So 100 minus 50, because y you took 50 equals to 50. So this will be 50. Say you took y as 60. So 100 minus 60, you will get 40. Now you draw the graph, you will get it very simple. How you will draw the graph? You take the scale like 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. So that you take. Then minus 10, minus 20, minus 30 you take, and then you plot it. You will get the required graph of this equation. So you will take on along the axis. So the units you will take in 10. So 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. Like this you will take. And then you plot these points, you will get the required graph of this equation. So the graphs you have done it. Just to plot these points, join the points, and you will get the required graph. So here we took the number, bigger number. You can also take 45, 55, 65, you can take. But you do not take numbers like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like this you do not take, because one side you will get the smaller unit and on the bigger you will, means on the other side you will get the bigger unit, and then you will have the less space to draw on the graph paper. So you will take in this way. So with this we have come to the end of today's class. Thank you.